For some 50 years, an African-American cemetery in West Charlotte was all but forgotten, including the veterans buried there. A huge cleanup effort allowed loved ones to pay their respects this Veterans Day. And while strides have been made, one family says more improvements are needed to give the site the respect it deserves. John Lee has the story in tonight's Faces of the Carolinas.
From above, there's no sign of the treasure below. Beneath the cover of trees in West Charlotte, Cedar Grove is an African-American cemetery that leaves us wanting to know more.
Heroes and a lot of stories to be told here.
Warren McNabb walks through the wooded area with his sister Beverly, looking for a special tree with a ribbon tied around it.
Our grandmother planted this.
That tree helps them find the spot where their hero is buried.
Well, the ribbon holding up good, though.
Their grandfather, Thomas McNabb, served in the Navy and was a World War II veteran. He died 50 years ago when Warren was just 12.
I just remember him being a nice guy, I really do. My regret is I wasn't old enough to fully understand him.
Despite improvements at the site in recent years, the family says the state of Cedar Grove is hard to accept.
I've been all over this city. I've never seen a cemetery unkept. That's just me, I haven't. And I was wondering what happened with this one.
Established in 1880, hundreds are buried at Cedar Grove, including veterans. The site was neglected for decades.
That's why we felt the need to come help. When we came out here, there was so much overgrowth.
Volunteers, including many vets, helped restore the site that was once inaccessible because of brush, trash, and debris. Aaron Harper of Veterans Bridge Home heads the ongoing effort to clean up the site and maintain it with the help of other groups.
When we came out here, there was so much overgrowth that we could only find 11 soldiers and sailors that were interred here. As we finished this work out, there wound up being 20.
This sunken grave makes volunteer Ryan Burke's heart sink.
Unfortunately, it's not in the best condition, so just doing what we can to, honor the service members.
World War II Army veteran Bernard Hemphill passed in 1987. Ryan served in the Navy, so it pains him to see this.
Just try to give it as much respect as possible.
So we're doing the best that we can as veterans to take care of them.
This is just a sliver of the 67 acres once designated to the cemetery, but most of the land in the Beatties Ford community went to developers and the city of Charlotte. When the owner and caretaker died in the early 70s, the place was abandoned.
My name's Shay, by the way.
Jay Abdullah is with Save Cedar Grove.
Partnered with Aaron once he found out there were a bunch of veterans in this abandoned cemetery.
Beyond vets, prominent black leaders are also interred at Cedar Grove, including Bishop R.B. Bruce of Grace AME Church.
We really found out he was a really influential and monumental person in establishing a strong, free black community.
Okay, good technique there.
Rabbi Judy Schindler of the Charlotte Black Jewish Alliance says unfortunately some of those buried here may never be identified.
But the neglected stones, the stones where we don't even have the person's name to remember them, and then there's beauty in the other stones that are here that we can study and learn about the history and try to tell their story.
Every bag that volunteers fill helps clear the way for families to pay their respect.
And while we're doing this project, taking care of other veterans, we're also taking care of the family members. So that's why we thought that it was important to do this project.
The McNabbs treat their grandfather's gravesite with reverence.
I do have good memories of him.
While they praise the progress made, they're also frustrated conditions declined so badly in the first place.
It's a form of respect. And I don't think, if you can't get respect at this point, what is anything worth, right?
And respect is precisely what keeps the volunteers coming back.
Worth spending the morning volunteering.
I think what's important about this is that this history not be lost.
In the shadow of towering trees, too many stories are either untold or unknown. But the McNabb family will never forget.
Without them, there is no us.
In West Charlotte, John Lee, Queen City News.